Right, basically two cool decks that happen to be stacked on top of each other, but hey, that's the same thing on Fiendsmith, Snake Eye. Love the creativity of Duelist, right? But looks like that's enough. I think Ibra went ahead and conceded that game, and yeah, Jose has won the second duel, so we got ourselves a match with about 4 minutes left on the clock.
I think Ibra to actually get the win you deserve, because sometimes Runic will win by actually decking out their opponent, not by actually dealing damage.
Certainly, as we've seen in the past, a lot of stuff Runic decks here. This is a little bit more aggro, if you will. Just certainly putting on the pressure with the White Forest monster, but we don't really get to see a whole lot of White Forest stuff yet, so whatever happens in this duel, man, I'd love to see some synchros.
Yeah, just like the Sprite Runic deck we saw yesterday, like they're very tight engines. It's like maybe 8, 9 cards, anything about the White Forest, and only the White Forest cards can be the White Forest cards. So you're really hoping to either use your Runic, survive a little bit until you get into those cards, use your Runic, summon monsters, and start going, and then have really cool interactions that can then lead you on the following turn to
combination, such undiscovered gameplay, right? We think about there's more than 13,000 Yu-Gi-Oh cards as far as I know, and there are cards that may have never been played against each other, just ever. So get to the lab, duelists at home. We'd love to see some interesting stuff we haven't seen before.
I actually do love this new sort of tech that the Runic players have been doing with things like specifically Upstart Goblin. Like, yeah, you never want to return Runic cards to your hand. You want to return other spell and trap cards. And so being able to have Upstart Goblin come back and use it again in a deck that doesn't really care about giving your opponents life points is really nice. I do imagine how
12 seconds later.
Out because you don't want to give your opponent some more life points.
Oh, can you imagine?
Detail.
Looks like we are just about done side decking on Ibra's side. Jose just patiently waiting there for his opponent.
Getting that and getting back to sort of a, even game state.
20 minutes later.
In mind on Ibra's side that at any point you see a face down, maybe.
So much later that the old narrator got tired of waiting and they had to hire a new.
Right, it does so much to stop those Runic spells.
It feels so specific. Like, oh my gosh, this was made.
Several bad puns later.
Runic, it's probably like a really old card too.
It is, but that would be like somebody showing up with a Fiendsmith deck.
3 hours later.
Can you move it along? I'm all out of time cards.
That had Invader of Darkness, right? It's the Fiend like, yeah, I got some Fiends for you. For those of you know, in the chat, maybe you don't know, Invader of Darkness, a very old secret rare card, 7-star Fiend monster that says quick play spell cards could not be activated and their effects are negated. I believe it's been a while.
I think it's like 2,600 attack points too. Like it's a number that's big, but like for the effect art it has, it's like, oh, interesting. I wonder why they thought they had to make this card.
Yeah, there's some great quick play spell cards. There still have been, as we know, which is why there are cards to counter them. Right, supposed to be a game that's fair. You pick your option on.
I think because they began the game in time, that would mean we go until the end of this turn.
That is
correct. Check, and then the end of the and then it'd be the end of the next turn.
But it's on its own terms.
And here we see in the end phase, Ibra activating Flashing Fire to summon, I believe. This could get out Gary, who is a level 4. It could also get out another. Oh my gosh, and there it is. There's the Moon you were talking about. I think in the end phase we're going to be activating the effect to gain life points.
1,000 life points. That's going to put him at a solid advantage of 9,000.
Oh, I think Ibra is shaking the head. I think he just did the skill to win. And I think Jose's asking for a clarification on whether or not he gets a turn. And I don't believe he does. I believe because this turn has now ended, Ibra's just waiting right here to get the clarification himself.
Just confirming. Haven't seen the handshake yet. Give our judges just a moment to clarify things for our players here.
I think Ibra just got a little bit ahead of himself, just to make sure he was like super ready to go. But I believe he is fully correct that he's won this game because of the life point change. And Jose is just being told right now that is how indeed it works. Oh, and he did draw the Magic Deflector actually in his opening hand.
Oh, how powerful that would have been, but a reminder that Runic has it. There was a moment where I'm like, I wonder if he knows that. But no, he wouldn't be up here this far in the tournament if he didn't know it. And he definitely rode those wings to victory. Just good job looking out and using every piece of the tournament policy guidelines to your advantage. Because again, as long as you're doing fair play, fair game, you are good to duel.
And I think we saw right there one of the cards I was mentioning about that Ibra has emergency provisions in his deck.
Oh, wow. Emergency provisions. That is such a cool thing. However, could you imagine a situation where he used the emergency provisions and then that Magic Deflector stopped it?
Right, because he would just be like, actually, that doesn't work. So yeah, I think, again, Jose's just getting all clarification, but Ibra is confirmed our winner for that round, advancing to top 16. Congratulations to both players.